chai tea. I ate a piece of snow and like instantly got a sore throat. It's weird. I don't know how that happened, but hopefully this chai tea will help. So yeah, yesterday I got off on a tangent about DMT. Don't ask. Uh, but I wanted to talk about boredom. Typically, people who are bored. So I've had a lot of friends in my day, and I still am blessed with a lot of friends around here and all over. I consider some of you guys my friends, so love you guys. But there's two guys in this town that I consider them friends. One of whom I considered a good friend because I have this horrible personality flaw, which is my loyalty. I'm loyal to a fault, and this one guy, I went to school with him since we're like 3 years old or four, whatever, and we grew up together. But around high school, he kind of became really mean, and he would like kind of like pick on me, put me down. This guy, I'm 6'1". He's like 5'5" if he wears lifts in his shoes, and I don't know why I hung out with him. I guess I don't know why. I guess if I'm being honest, I probably hung out with him because he had drugs, and yeah, I felt bad for him. And he's an old friend, but I'm going off on stuff you don't care about. Um, this is this guy and one other guy. The other guy I knew since junior high, and he came along with he was attached to a buddy of mine who passed away. And this guy was he wasn't as bad as the little guy, 5'5" guy, but he was just really creepy. Girls were really creeped out by him. Like I've lost a few friends of mine who are girls because I was associated with this guy. One of these girls, he broke into my house when I was away in Ireland and just rummaged through everything. He found my phone book. This was back in 2005, and he prank called a lot of people in that book, and one girl in particular believed it to be me because it was from my house phone. It was from my number. I guess wasted people sometimes sounded like, but she thought it was me. I don't know if she still does. And for the longest time, I didn't know. Like I was confused. And then some years later, he was reminiscing, and saying how funny it was that he broke into my house when I was in Ireland. I was like, oh yeah, that's really funny, buddy. And mentioning all the stuff he had done, including taking the phone book and prank calling people. And then it clicked. Oh, that was you. Because apparently he said some very sexual things, which is not me. That's just not who I am. Even at my worst, at my highest, or my drunkest, I was never a perv. So that baffled my mind for years. And he recently just got caught groping a friend of mine. She passed out at his house with her boyfriend, and this guy woke up, or she woke up to him grabbing her chest and bottom. I'm surprised he didn't get his ass kicked. That was strange. But like these two guys, before I had kids, after I had kids, I really reassessed my life. I reassessed who I wanted in my life, and these two guys kind of fell short of that. And one thing that they had in common, and still do have in common, is that whenever they would text me or call me, they'd be like, I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. What are you doing? I'm bored. Let's hang out. And, back in the day, it was like, whatever. I'd hang out with the little guy because he would have drugs sometimes, or because I consider him an old friend. And sometimes when he was really high, he was kind of nice. I mean, Not really. And the other guy, I just, truth be told, I'd like to reminisce with him about our buddy who passed away, and he wasn't as bad as the little guy, but they would say that. They would say, I'm bored, I'm bored. And, like, thinking back, that's just a warning. When someone says that to me now, it tells me a few things. It tells me that they're not creative. They can't fill their own time. They can't, they can't sit there and write or play an instrument or draw. That's not so bad, but it also tells me that they might be a non-playable character, that there's nothing going on in here, and they need interaction, stimulation, in order to not feel bored. And the scariest thing that someone who says I'm bored tells me is that they're a psychic vampire, that they need you, they need people to feed off of. I stay away from these guys nowadays, and just thinking back, they would always say that, and they would kind of treat me, especially the little guy, he'd kind of treat me like I don't know, man, um, a plaything, like a toy. Like, I'm bored. Let's do something. Okay. Oh, someone more important than you is calling me now. Something else I was waiting on is calling. Be gone. Be gone with you. That's just a warning. If you know someone in your life who just always texts you or calls you and says, I'm bored, what are you doing? Or I'm bored, what are you doing? Kind of think about it. Think about who they are and ask yourself if they're just using you. Now, friends are good, and sure, we all get bored. Maybe not all of us. I can't. I don't think I've ever really been bored. I've, I don't. I don't think we all get bored, but people who aren't psychic vampires or non-playable characters, they'll get bored too. Like, maybe you'll be at a party and they'll. It's an expression. They'll be like, "Hey, man, this is kind of boring. Let's get out of here." Cut them some slack. I think maybe there's a difference between boring and bored. You can be in a boring situation, sure, and want to leave with your buddies. But if someone's calling you and texting you and just saying, I'm bored, what are you doing? I'm bored. They're trying to fill a gap in their day. They're trying to fill a void within themselves. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're not your friend, but it also doesn't mean that they are your friend. They could just be using you, and they'll just, you know, cross you off as soon as something better or more exciting comes along. So be wary of people who say that they are bored a lot, because there's not a lot going on up here, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's in my experience. All right, that's all I've got to say for this evening. I hope you're all having a wonderful evening. I hope you had a great day. I hope you have a great tomorrow. I will see you when I see you. This is Sean Kelly wishing you all a very good evening, good night, and God bless you.